For tonight's MISL game of the week, the only game in the league, California against Detroit, as we'll take a look first at the starters for Detroit. Their head coach Bob Lilly there on the bench, and Roger in his first year with the Detroit Ignition. This is a big game for him tonight. He knows that really if Detroit wants to get first place, they've got to have it.
Yep, but it's been a very smooth transition from Mark Pulisic, really. They're slightly ahead of last year's pace, 18-12 last year, won 60% of the games. Right now 14-7, won 66% of the games, so a little bit stronger.
And for the California Cougars, their head coach on the field, Bernie Lilavois, active for his second game now this year as California just down so many players due to injury. So Bernie once again reactivated, and the return of Bernie the Bolt to the field of play.
Bernie has traded those exquisitely tailored suits for the shorts and shirt, and it's good to see him out there again. He's a great character, a great person.
We are set for soccer here tonight. California and the traveling Blacks, Detroit in their home Reds. And underway for indoor soccer as California sends it ahead, and off the wall, Danny Waltman comes up firing for Jamar Beasley. Now Sampson across for Rice. Interception, Masanovic. The Cougars now leading scorer with 45 points on the year.
Santana got his first ever hat trick last weekend in Philadelphia. California started very strongly in that game and were well ahead, but 10 points to 2 in the fourth quarter did them in. And when you don't have a lot of depth, when you've got 6 players injured, that can happen. The fourth quarter is going to be very tough for California, I think.
Marco Chantel trying to work in the neutral zone. Now Frank Mbemba on target, Peard, just wide. Waltman maybe a fingertip on it. Waltman gobbles up the centering pass from Marco Chantel. Yeah, Roger, one of the problems the Cougars may have this evening, down so many bodies. What happens in the third and fourth quarter?
Yeah.
Ricardinho on target, score! It got by Sonaldo. 2-0 Detroit. It appeared Sonaldo had the save.
An unusual little bobble by Sonaldo, just pulled him and bounced over his hand. He got a hand on it. You thought he should have had it, but a very quick start for Ricardinho, who also had a hat trick last weekend. So the Brazilian boy gets the Ignition on the top very quickly.
So Ricardinho, let's watch it again from Everton. The Brazilian connection here in Detroit for those two, and the Ignition have a 2-0 lead. Boy, Sonaldo really a ball he should have had.
Yes, it was. But how many times have we seen that this season, that Ricardinho-Everton combination? Got a lot of points between them.
So that goal comes to the 1:23 mark. And the Ignition out to that early 2-0 advantage.
And Chris Hansel all out. I mean, you expect to have a certain number of injuries during the season, but not that many, and not that many to key players.
Masanovic in front, score! Tapping it in back post is Alvarado. And California knocks the game up at 2.
A little confusion in the defense there. A little sloppy defending, and California taking advantage of it to tie it up.
So Alvarado, we talked about him earlier, coming up from the Stockton Pumas. And he shows you here with the nose for the goal. Exactly where you're supposed to be. Back post. That's such a collection area in the indoor game where soccer balls set up, and you can get some easy goals.
Absolutely. A picker up of triples, and that's exactly what he did. He got that 2 points.
So Alvarado ties the game at 2. Give the assist to Masanovic, who now has 46 points on the year to lead the Cougars. And it's 2-all, and a trip there on Jamar Beasley. First foul of the game, all against the Detroit Ignition. There's 8:59 to go here in the first. 2-2 game. Here's Jamar. I mentioned the open. His grandmother passed away, so obviously tough evening of play for Jamar. Steal. And Mbemba. And look at that backhander. Ruperto ended up being a pretty decent lead for Assadpour. Assadpour score! Great ball from Roberto. A southpaw, the header finish. 4-2 Detroit.
Well, you don't see too many goals like that in the indoor game. You see a few in the outdoor game. It was a perfect little chip, and the southpaw with a terrific little flick of the neck to get some power behind that and make it a 4-2 game.
This is just pretty. You said, Roger, you'll see that in the outdoor game a lot more than the indoor game. It's harder to do because of the closed spaces. But yep. Roberto and Assadpour just put on a clinic of how to work that one from close quarters.
Yeah, just the third goal for Assadpour this year. He'll be very, very happy.
And closing seconds of the first quarter. 15 minutes of indoor soccer in the books. Sonaldo not pleased that he gave up that last goal. I think he's mad because Assadpour was wide open in the box. We'll come back with second quarter action after this. 4-2. Detroit has the lead on California. You're watching the MISL Game of the Week on Fox Soccer Channel. And David Basco. We're doing the high-powered offense for the Harrisburg Heat back in the mid to late 90s in Harrisburg. Well, Basco's still in the league with Baltimore. Gino's been retired for a few years. And Bernie back active once again. It's California now wearing their visiting black jerseys. Detroit in their home reds. Tried to come out. Detroit gets the ball back with that 2-point lead.
Two goals from unlikely sources. Alvarado, I think that was probably his debut goal for the Cougars, and Assadpour just getting his third of the season.
Here's Apple. Just missed there. We've seen some great three-point goals this season in the MISL too. Sometimes folks think that some of the three-point goals are just a result of a human pinball, but this season we've seen some long-range missiles. Roberto clears. Well, Lilavois is getting his chances tonight early. Now Sampson, a breakaway. Mack, score, Sampson. Sonaldo did all he could. Stopped the initial shot by Mack. Couldn't stop the follow by Wartow Sampson.
Wartow Sampson has developed into quite a force in this league. Slips it nicely across to Mack. Sonaldo did well to stop the first shot, but Sampson read where that possible rebound could come and was on the spot. Just didn't sit there and watch the result of his shot. He was there to follow up.
Sampson's 12th goal of the year, now 35 points. And it's 6-2 Detroit. Not many touches in the first half. Sampson for Beasley.
I'm not sure how many shifts he's had either, Al.
We haven't seen him.
Probably less than normal.
Yeah, we haven't seen a typical shift for him. Ricardinho, great rollover and a goal. Ricardinho from his right to his left to the back of the net. 8-2 Detroit.
Well, the Brazilian flair again. Lovely little move from Ricardinho. He's really been on a point-scoring streak. In fact, that would actually make him Detroit's leading scorer at this juncture. I think it takes him to 50 points, Al.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, lovely left foot shot.
So Ricardinho, his second goal tonight, 8-2 Detroit. And Ricardinho now with 50 points on the year, takes over the team lead in scoring from Jamar Beasley. And Ricardinho's 19th goal this year. Now Everton on a Waltman outlet. Callahan for Mack. Look at Ryan Hall work to get that one for the Cougars. Great save, Sonaldo from point-blank range.
Detroit really going for the jugular now. Another couple of points before half-time, and this would be in danger of getting a little out of hand. It's very difficult for California. They're outgunned because of the personnel situation. And there's
Beasley, a steal and a score. Now, Sonaldo not happy at all with Frank Mbemba. They didn't feel that the ball back to him was a good one. Sonaldo with his hands on his hips saying, nothing I could do there. And Jamar Beasley, 51 points now, back in the team lead in scoring. Let's watch it again, Roger. That's just too weak of a ball.
That was a hospital pass to Sinaldo. Just the wrong weight on the pass, and you don't do that against somebody as quick as Jamar Beasley. He's in like lightning and just puts it away with a little toe poke.
A reverse angle cam to show you that really there just wasn't a lane there. That's where Mbemba needs to make that fake to the keeper and dribble ahead. And California calls a timeout with 36.4 seconds to go in the first half. And down by 8 now as Jamar Beasley tallies his 21st goal of the season. And Detroit has scored the last 8 points to turn a 2-2 game into a 10-2 game.
Riccardino's time at the head of the Detroit scoring leaderboard didn't last very long, did it?
No.
Beasley is now.
I think Beasley heard us. He says, hey, wait a minute. Let me get back on top here. Jamar Beasley, 51 points on the year, the reigning MVP. As you're going to look at the California bench. California, a tough weekend. They'll have tomorrow off, but they travel to Milwaukee to play the Wave on Sunday, the first place team in the MISL. So you get the second place team here tonight in Detroit. You've got Milwaukee on Sunday, and if California loses both of those, they'll be very challenged to make the playoffs. Danny Waltman able to gobble up as Sutton was dangerously cutting down the middle.
We'd like to see a player like Sutton right there in the box looking for those rebounds, picking up the cheaper stuff, and almost got it.
Callahan.
3-on-2 again.
Roberto, Detroit will have one more chance before the half's over. Everton back post for Callahan. He just missed him. Santana trying to run it out. 3 seconds in the half. And that's it. 30 minutes of indoor soccer complete here tonight as the first half has concluded 10-2. Detroit Ignition are dominating this one after 30 minutes. California to the locker room. They'll regroup. We'll have an interview for you in just a few moments. Also our feature on Wartaw Sampson. Stats and highlights. Make sure you stay tuned. A full halftime show next on Fox Soccer Channel's MISL Game of the Week. The Detroit Ignition lead the California Cougars along with Roger Faulkner. I'm Al Pulowski. Joining us live now, Vahid Asadpour, who had a header goal back in the first half for Detroit. Vahid, tell us about that goal. Zay Roberto gave you a great ball, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a great ball. Ricky first passed me the ball. I stumbled on it, but time was ticking. Around 10 seconds left. Z found the ball and found me in the middle. And feels great because it's my first home game goal.
Yeah, well, you got a lot of power behind that header, and how about doing it on national television? That's got to be nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. It got a lot of people watching me, so that one's for my mother.
Game tied at 2 back in the first quarter. You scored the last 8 points. What was the key for you guys to go on that run?
I think the key was we kept possession and kept California running. So when we keep them running, they get tired, and we create chances in their end.
All right, Vahid, we'll let you get to the locker room and talk with Coach Lilly. Good first half, and good luck in the second.
Thank you.
Vahid Asadpour joining us here at the half. That was his header goal, Roger, and it was a pretty one.
It was a pretty goal, wasn't it? You don't see too many of those indoors. Love to see it.
All right, Wartaw Sampson's the subject of our feature here on the Game of the Week. We'll have that for you next. 10-2, Detroit has the lead. MISL Game of the Week here on Fox Soccer Channel. Back after this. 10-2 the score. Detroit has the lead in our MISL Game of the Week. This was tied at 2 back in the first quarter, but Detroit ran off the last 8 points. Well, one of the target players for Detroit who's had himself a pretty good second season and really getting to know the indoor game better is Wartaw Sampson for Detroit.
Very much so. A local guy, walk-on actually from Madonna University. But he's really made a contribution. He's matured, great skill, and he's a tank.
And now with more on Wartaw Sampson in his own words, here's a special feature for you on our halftime show.
Long story short, we had a civil war in my country for about 14 years. And after 14 years, I was there for a good 7 or 8 of them. And then my family moved here in '98 just to pursue a better life, basically. And from Monrovia to Detroit, just like that. Soccer is basically life back home. I mean, it's the only sport that I knew back home. You'll find a soccer game wherever you go. And basketball maybe every now and then, but soccer was life, so I got bit early in my life by the soccer bug. I went to high school here, in Dearborn Heights, 30 minutes away from here. And I went to Schoolcraft College. I played 2 years of college soccer there, and then I transferred to Madonna University play another 2 years, and then here I am today playing with the Detroit Ignition indoor soccer. Well, I still think I'm learning the game overall, you know, as far as the boards. I'm still learning the boards because, as you can say, it's my second year playing indoor, and I'm not quite used to it yet. But if I was to say one thing I need to work on, is probably the speed of play. It's real quick. Sometimes I get caught up in my outdoor mentality, so to speak, and I realize, whatever, you're not playing outdoor, you got to get moving. So overall, I would say the speed of play. I just got to get used to it, and I know with the help I'm getting, I'm going to get better. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily in the spotlight, but I like to say I'm a big part of our team, you know, and I'm a big part of this puzzle, and whenever I can help my team, I do whatever it takes, whatever I'm scoring goals, or I'm making a defensive play, or I'm getting down for a block, whatever it is, I just like to help my team however way I can. So I wouldn't necessarily say I'm in the spotlight. The team is in the spotlight right now. With the background I have so far, I've made it my plan not to plan ahead anymore, you know, because years back I planned ahead and I didn't plan on being here. And look where I am right now. So I like to take this 1 year at a time. I don't want to look ahead right now. I would like to be here, and I'm here so far. And whatever happens next year happens. I just got to be ready to deal with it. So I can't honestly tell you what I want to be 5 years from now or 10 years from now. I just want to take it 1 year at a time.
Great story on a classy guy from Liberia who's made a dream come true. Terrific person. Detroit leads the California Cougars 10-2 at halftime. Al and I will be back with the highlights and stats in a few moments.
Leads the California Cougars here at the half. After California and Detroit were tied at 2 apiece in the first quarter, but now 10-2. Detroit has the lead. Halftime here at CompuWare Arena. Coming up tomorrow, Arsenal and Aston Villa live. Barclays Premier League action here on Fox Soccer Channel, 10 a.m. How come Derby's not playing in that game tomorrow, Roger?
They are playing tomorrow, but the way they're going this season, I got more points on my driver's license.
Well, Detroit had 10 points in the first half. The first 2 from Ricardinho. California's only goal coming up here. Masanovic gets it in front, and Alvarado, a rookie, gets the back post goal. That knotted it up at 2, and then Detroit would take a lead. They wouldn't relinquish in the first half. How about
Great
that
little header by S4. Lovely little flick up from Ruboto, and an outdoor goal indoors.
Mortas Sampson there. Finishes up the Mack shot.
Yeah, doing the right thing, being on the spot to pick up the rebound.
Ricardinho again, great rollover.
Yeah, lovely, and a left foot blast up the left-hand corner. Sinaldo couldn't do anything.
And Detroit with one more. Beasley, a steal and a score all in one move.
Yeah, Beasley can be quiet, you know, for quite a while, and then suddenly you give him half a chance, and he's there. He's so quick.
Now Detroit dominating this one on the scoring column, also with the shots, 21-8. Even though they had 10 fouls to the 2 committed by California, but Detroit has been dominating here today.
California's just worked very, very hard, but they've really been outgunned and outmanned, I think, and that's the problem.
All right, let's head down for our interview now. Ryan Hall has joined us. Ryan, you there?
I'm here.
First half, you're tied at 2, and then Detroit goes on that 8-point run. What are you going to do to stem the tide here in the second half?
You know, we got to be tight on our men. We're letting guys run free in the box. You know, Sonata's playing out of his mind. If it wasn't for him, we'd probably be getting blown out of the building. But it's, you know, they're not beating us on the field. It's just we're not staying with our runners in the box.
Well, you guys are clearly working very, very hard, but it's a little bit difficult when you've lost so many key people during the course of the last few weeks.
It's difficult, but, you know, everybody on this team is on the team for a reason. You know, we're all professionals. Guys have to step up, you know, and that's what it is. We can't feel sorry for ourselves because we have guys out because of injuries. We got to show up and play like everyone else.
Next 30 minutes here, Ryan, what are the most important things you're going to try to accomplish to get back into this one?
You know what? It's do or die for us. Our backs against the wall. Playoffs are on the line. You know, we have nothing to lose. We're just going to go balls to the wall, and hopefully we can pick up the win here.
Okay, Ryan, thanks for your time. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
That's defender Ryan Hall, a young player in the league, a good young player. But when you talk about some of the senior statesmen in the league, how about Michael King announcing his retirement this week? Michael King began his career in 1986-87 with the old Cleveland Force, still playing to this day. That was over 20 years ago.
Absolutely. Was it 586 games, something like that? More games than anybody's played in MISL. Of course, he's English, so he's got lots of stamina.
Of course, you know all about that, Roger. Of course, Roger's a little bit English yourself, if you haven't noticed from the accent. All right, coming up now, third quarter action. California and Detroit as we take you down to the field. There's Bernie Lilavois, who has been activated. He activated himself last week, playing in his second game. And the California Cougars down by 8 will start with the ball. And Michael King, also my partner back in December for a game here on Fox Soccer Channel. So Michael perhaps working on his second career, but we'll see him up in Milwaukee. Our very best to Michael King in his final year of play, and boy, what a great career he's had.
Well, there goes my job. Now he's retired, and there's a goal and another little rebound.
Rice to Sampson.
Miscommunication between Hall and Sinaldo.
12-2 as Detroit continues to dominate. Watch it again. A good ball from Rice here. If I crossed the line before Sampson got it or not, hard to tell.
Hall and Sinaldo both looked just stunned that neither of them made a play for the ball and just straight through there.
So Sampson from Rice at the moment. The second goal of the game for Sampson, and now Detroit has scored the last 10 points in a row. That's just a killer. You're down 10-2 at the half, and 19 seconds into the third quarter.
Yeah, you have
Detroit
that.
Puts another one up.
You have that halftime talk. You think you've got the players all fired up to get back into the game in the second half, and suddenly it's a continuation. It's more of the same, and that's got to be very disheartening for.
You have me on the what do they call it? Queen's English? Would that be correct?
Yes, it depends who's on the throne. Queens right now.
Antonio Sutton draws the foul there. It's against Asadpour. His first of the second half. Now Detroit has been called for 13 fouls to California's 2. Detroit has a 10-point lead, as you can see in the upper left portion of your screen, nearly 2 minutes into the third quarter. Here in our MISL Game of the Week on Fox Soccer Channel. McNeely put that one on target. Callahan and Waltman both there to break it up. And now Roberto, a run out. Sinaldo, do or die, got caught out. Roberto, a goal. A three-pointer. Sinaldo was caught in between. Do I or don't I? He didn't do either one. 15-2.
California totally caught out there. Overcommitted up front. Wonderful lead ball to Z. Roberto, and it required a pretty accurate shot to squeeze that one in from that distance.
Let's watch it again, and you're right, Roger. This one not an easy goal by any stretch, and Roberto split the two goalposts there. 15-2. Roberto with 4 points tonight. So he had an assist earlier, and Roberto with his 4th goal of the year. Now has 15 points on the season. That was his first three-pointer. There's Z. Roberto. He's played for several teams in the MISL throughout his career. He's in San Diego and Philadelphia and Harrisburg. Now here in Detroit. It's timeout, by the way, on the field. California. Bernie Lilavois feels this one slipping away now, down by 13. Hey, Roger, I don't know what you say now. Once you fall behind by 13 in the second half of an MISL game, it's awfully difficult to come back unless you have Zoran Karic, Steve Jungle, and perhaps Preki you could trot out on a line.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then when you bear in mind, Bernie Lilavois told us before the game that they've been running out of steam in the fourth quarter, so that does not augur well right now for a California recovery. Detroit just has too many weapons and too much depth. They get their goals from so many different players.
Bob Lilly not quite as pensive now. 13-point lead. Callahan heads that one away. Tovar will bring
Detroit fouls.
There have been 18 called against Detroit now and 2 on California, but if you look at the scoreboard, it's the exact opposite. 15-2 Detroit.
Yeah.
There has been one blue card in the game. That's been against California, but Detroit unable to capitalize the man up. Sutton to Tovar. Tovar again. Waltman out. Score! McNeely sent it in. I think Mbemba finished it off in front.
Yeah, maybe just got a little touch there.
15-4 as the 13-point Detroit run comes to an end.
And he looks very, very unhappy.
It'll be Mbemba from McNeely at the 8:49 mark.
Yeah, well, Danny was just had to leave his area to try a little leg save. Just didn't quite get back to the correct position.
Zevon McNeely put a good ball in. Give it to his teammate Frank Mbemba. Zevon McNeely, another one of the fine young defenders in this league, and he's also got some offensive prowess, as he just showed you there in the ball in front to Mbemba. So 15-4 now as Lilavois crosses to Masanovic. Matt Johnson, a good takeaway. Johnson using the shield. Detroit tries to get it out. Mack will run. McDougal out.
Yeah, you just have the feeling the legs aren't there now. But they have really worked so hard.
Look at McNeely.
A cracking shot from McNeely.
Well, just got done talking about him a few minutes ago, about his offensive prowess, and it was on display there. Evan McNeely, an impressive goal to make it 15-6.
And from Everett, Washington, Oregon State. Cracks a left foot shot.
The left foot dominant player made the nice step move to his left to get the point blank opportunity, and he beats Waltman near post. And Detroit calls a timeout, so Bob Lilly can sense now that California has the momentum. Detroit still with a 9-point advantage. That's pretty severe in this league, but California now feeling a little bit more of the momentum swing to their side.
Well, they've created a lot of chances tonight. I mean, they could have had a lot more than 6 points if the finishing had just been a little bit more clinical. But Waltman played well. Detroit defense has played well. But nevertheless, California with limited forward options have created opportunities.
That young man there having an eating problem. He just, there we go. Got it all in. Attaboy. Showing the cotton candy. Hey, you talk about the fans that come out to these games here at Capuera Arena. They have just a blast out here at the games. Eating food, laughing, having fun. And having a team that for 2 years in a row now has been in contention for first place with Detroit, that makes it so much easier. They have signs, and everybody of all ages here. This, a lot of high school kids, but older high school kids, 15 to 18.
Yeah.
We see a lot of them out here, some young adults as well. There's the Red Raiders. They'll bring instruments and play them as well.
There's a great relationship between the players and the fans, and it's true in every one of the MISL cities that they do the PR appearances. The players hang around and sign autographs and meet the fans afterwards, and there's not that remoteness that you see in some other professional sports. They're not the pampered multi-million-dollar athletes. So they're just hard-working guys doing something they absolutely love and love the appreciation they get.
6 to go in the man advantage. Detroit's penalty killers are Beasley, Rice, Callahan, and Wright. And on target and a three-point goal. Eldorado, his second goal of the game. This a three-pointer. And hold the phone. California now with 7 straight points has made this a 15-9 game.
That's astonishing. That's astonishing. He has really looked a very competent player, a very promising player throughout this match. But you would not have thought that California were going to find a way of getting even into contention, let alone to come back to this level, 15-9.
So Eldorado, watch it again from our reverse angle shot. A three-pointer, just beat Waltman low there.
And he won't be happy with that. Got underneath him, but good shot.
Well, we've got a handball call. Chantel, there's Eldorado. A couple of goals tonight. He now has 5 points on the evening. California now with some renewed vigor. And there is a card on Ryan Mack. 2 minutes tripping. And California will go back on the... Eldorado. Mbemba. Waltman let that one go. Tovar scores. 15-11. California with 9 straight points, and we have a ball game now tonight.
Well, again, confusion in the defense, and just should not have happened from a Detroit standpoint. Bernie Tovar, a very, very happy man. 15-11, an astonishing turn of events.
Tovar now with 46 points on the year, to time with Masanovic for the team high. 15-11 the score, and give Mbemba the assist. So Tovar from Mbemba at the 14:26 mark.
Danny Waltman just got his jump three wrong, the rebound, and came off the boards, and Danny wasn't quite in the right position, and it was very easy for Tovar, but some of the other defenders for Detroit should have been in the vicinity.
A couple waning moments of the third quarter. Now Beasley a chance. Great save, McDougal, who's played well in relief of Sonaldo. He'll run out of time, even though he came up firing for Lilavois. Quarter over. But California, who was down 15-2 in less than 5.5 minutes, scores 9 straight points to make it a 4-point game. Don't go anywhere. We've got a game tonight, and the MISL Game of the Week on Fox Soccer Channel. Fourth quarter after this. 2 at the half. Detroit had the lead. They were up 15-2, but California with 9 straight points has made this one a 4-point game. 15-11 now, as the California Cougars have pulled to within 4. Enrique Tovar, the last goal for the Cougars, came at the 14:26 mark of the third quarter with the assist of Frank Mbemba. So 15-11, Detroit will start the fourth period with the ball.
Well, Bob Lilly has to be absolutely furious, a game that they were playing under cruise control, which suddenly has just changed so dramatically. It's astonishing. For Altadero, he's been everywhere. He looks like a real leader, Al. He's playing the point on the power plays. He's an organizer. He's got 5 points.
Well, the young man's been impressive. He impressed Bernie Lilavois in the preseason. Really didn't have a spot for him. And now with all the injuries, that's the one thing when you do have that many injuries. Obviously, a number of other players who normally wouldn't get a chance get that chance, and Alvarado is taking full advantage of it. And in the long run, California will be a better team off with these injuries in the next season or two, because they'll find some more players. But just right now, it's tough with the men down. But the Cougars now playing inspired soccer. They get back to within 4 when they were down by 13 just moments ago. Fox Football phone in, don't forget about that. It's Tuesday nights. Our next show is Tuesday, March 4th, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Join us right here on Fox Soccer Channel. A minute into the fourth. McDougal the scoop. He hasn't allowed a point. Sonaldo gave up all 15 tonight. McDougal relieved them and has so far tossed a shutout. Sutton now. Boy, great play by Callahan, and then Sutton takes him out. And just a trip called as Callahan was looking for the card.
Well, I don't think you could call a card on that. It was a terrific defensive play.
First foul on Sutton. Now Mack with some space in midfield. (15-11). Detroit with the lead, but California pressuring as Lilavois came after Waltman. Now Josh Reif will take the space. Ricardinho. Apple. Ricardinho hounded by Ryan Hall's got to come all the way back. Detroit wins the ball in midfield. Now Johnson. Callahan making a run for him. Drew gets the ball. Wants to tee it up. Back post, score! Everton ends the California 9-point run. 17-11 Detroit with 8:01 to go.
Kind of goal that coaches love. Nothing glamorous about it. Just a perfectly played pass to the far post. The man standing there, a little tap in, and Everton gets on the board.
Everton from Callahan at the 6:59 mark of the fourth quarter. Detroit dance team happy. Drew Callahan, you knew he wanted to tee it up, and a great ball for Everton in the right place. I remember former MISL midfielder, defender, and coach Andy Schmetzer telling me and folks at his indoor facility, he says, go back post when you're unsure.
Yep.
That's where you get the most opportunities in indoor soccer.
Yeah.
Go back post.
Yeah.
California trying to get back into it once again, but Waltman, good outlet there for Apple. Apple with a chance. Score! Mike Apple off a great ball from Danny Waltman. 19-11. Detroit back in control.
Well, that may be the dagger in the California heart, the dagger in their resistance, as they fought so hard and played so well, but and Detroit were struggling. They were struggling with the idea that this lead had gone, but Danny Waltman, just a terrific pass. Saw that last week, got an assist, does it again this week, and Mike Apple, terrific finish. Mike's had a tough season, a lot of injuries.
Great finish there for the former Akron Zip, Mike Apple, off the outlet from Danny Waltman. So Detroit back up by 8 now, 19-11. With 7:16 to go in regulation, as Detroit has that 8-point lead and control of this match once again. But 7 minutes plus remain. Don't go anywhere. Who knows what can happen in the MISL Game of the Week? Keep it here on Fox Soccer Channel. Now a restart for California. Pemba. Trying to leave it there, Greenfield. Tovar just missed. Trying to go near post. Ricardinho down, and Bemba to steal. Waltman out to slide and break it up. Johnson for Ricardinho. And Chantel with the high kick there, and Ricardinho not happy at all. Got the foul against Chantel, but Ricardinho not happy with Chantel. His first foul.
No, it was a little high. Right at just above the waist as he was running in. Could have really hurt.
Mack. Score! From a nearly impossible. What a postage stamp. He hit it between the crossbar and the near post.
Even
a three-pointer.
Even Mack looks amazed at what he just did. He had the strangest expression of amazement on his face. It was an extraordinary strike. We talked about his ability to hit the ball with both feet earlier, and he's just a changed player this year.
Ryan Mack from just outside the arc. Boy, if you're McDougal, what do you do?
That's just a phenomenal strike. I mean, Ryan Mack was one of the most promising players in this country when he was a high school player, and he was at Indiana under Coach Beasley, and then injuries just have sabotaged his career, and there's so much talent there. We haven't seen the best of Ryan Mack yet.
Well, McDougal almost had the near post completely covered. Somehow Ryan Mack found an opening. Now Beasley with Everton. And knocked away there by caution. Saved another Detroit goal as Everton was back post.
It's been a fascinating game, actually.
It really has.
It didn't look like it was going to be that way at halftime at 15-2, and then that remarkable California rally. Terrific spirit, good goals, and so much heart. It was terrific, and Bernie should be proud of the way his guys responded.
Gil Roberto 4-on-3. Right, score! And once again, Detroit has a 13-point lead. They now have scored the last 9. How about this for a game of runs? Detroit scores 13 straight. California then scores the next 9. Detroit has scored the last 9. 24-11 ignition.
Josh Reif only his 3rd goal of the season.
So right from Roberto, for Zay Roberto, his 2nd assist today. He has 5 points. Josh Reif, a good left-footed finish there on a reverse angle. McDougal finally looking human for about 16, 17 minutes. He looked superhuman between the pipes. Our game next week you saw briefly on the screen. And now a whistle and blue card appeared. Well, Tima had the blue card out. There it is, Baltimore and Philadelphia. Next week, Ken Tomash will be calling the action for you on that one. 8 o'clock Eastern Time, our kickoff. The MISL Game of the Week here on Fox Soccer Channel next Friday night. Hope you can join us. That one will be live as well.
And if my maths are correct, Al, there's 10 different scorers on the score sheet for Detroit. 2 goals for Riccardino, 2 goals for Sampson.
By the way, Nate Kraft will serve the Detroit penalty, apparently an illegal substitution. So California back on the power play now. They're 1 of 2 with the extra man tonight. 2:20 remains in the ball game. 2 minutes now in the penalty. It'll be served by Nate Kraft. The restart from the top of the arc for Bernie Lilavois. And he'll go to Tovar, or rather Masanovic, who banged it out of play. So a throw in for Waltman. Penalty killers for Detroit. Johnson, Rice, Mack, Callahan. California now will get a couple of defenders on as Detroit takes the ball. Into their power play unit once they get the ball back as Mack gets it to Rice. Detroit will try to take as much time as possible here. Mack Clarkson won the ball. Rice poked it away. He'll go after McDougal, who just gets it away. Look at Rice. Working hard there, knocked it out of play though. California kicking with 1:44 to go in the power play. Power players for California. And Bemba will run the point. He has Tovar, Masanovic, Lilavois, and Alvarado with them. And now we've got a whistle and an illegal substitution again. Well, Jason Kernack will talk with Tim Tima. Bernie Lilavois telling his team to apply some pressure. And now Lilavois just went over and cracked Riccardino, and the red card for Bernie Lilavois. Riccardino claps his hands, and Lilavois.
Well, that caps it. Not a very nice evening for Bernie.
So Lilavois just went over and cracked him. I'm not sure what that was about.
Just pure frustration. Bernie's such a great guy, such a nice guy. Delightful to be with and talk to, but not so delightful when that's going on.
And Bernie Lilavois' night's over, and he'll miss the game on Sunday now against Milwaukee.
Oh, that really hurts him, doesn't it?
Well, he can't be on the bench either. Their head coach. So California will go down another player. Well, Ryan Hall will serve the penalty for Lilavois. So now it's a 4-on-3 power play for Detroit for the last 52.9 seconds, but this being a 13-point game, it really doesn't matter.
But it's a sad punctuation mark on the evening on that great fight back by California. So Bernie gets an early shower.
So Detroit with a 4-on-3 power play, and Callahan just holding the ball in midfield. Detroit would like this one to end. Well, Detroit wanted it to end before, and you saw Lilavois tell his team to play defense. And then Bernie went over and whacked Riccardino and got the red card. Detroit saying, hey, look, we just want to let this one end. It's a 13-point game, and California going to oblige here, I believe. 16 seconds to go. Detroit will move to 15-7 on the season. California will fall to 8-14. Now players shaking hands. 1 second, 0. Game over. Detroit a winner, their 3rd straight. California loses their 3rd. And the Detroit Ignition and Milwaukee Wave now tied atop the MISL at 15-7. There's Bernie Lilavois in the tunnel. California made this one an interesting game when they went down 15-2. Detroit scored 13 straight after it was tied at 2. California scored 9 straight points to make it 15-11. And then Detroit comes back and scores the final 9 points of the game to make it 24-11. And as you said, an interesting game, Roger. We didn't think it was going to be interesting when it was 15-2. But California sure changed that, didn't
They did change it. They fought so hard, and they came back, and Detroit took their foot off the pedal altogether. Bob Lilly will be absolutely furious, but made it a game for us, for the fans here.
Time now for our post-game interview. Mike Apple joins us on the field. Mike, how about that outlet that you got from Danny Waltman and that finish to make it 19-11?
Yeah, it was huge. I told Danny before the game, I said, find me the ball tonight, man. I had a pretty emotional week with my family, and just good to get a win and actually get a goal.
Well, 10 goals now this season, and it's been a tough season for you. You've had some injuries, and it's not been the easiest season for Mike Apple, has it?
No, it definitely hasn't. I mean, you know, I had a good run in the beginning. I sprained my MCL, and, you know, it's a tough injury to come back from. It's still kind of nagging, but I feel like I'm getting my step back.
So you like these defensive battles, Mike, you know?
No, man. We never should have given them 11. I mean, that's ridiculous. We had them on the ropes, and they came back in the third period. And then last time we played them, they scored 10 points in the third period as well. Yeah. So, you know, our coach isn't very happy about that. We need to clean some things up, especially when we're on top.
Mike, first place, you're now tied with Milwaukee at 15-7. Do you feel like you can get that top seed in the MISL?
It's going to be tough, you know. I mean, Milwaukee's a great team. They got pretty much the same schedule as we do for the next 5 games, and then we play each other 3 times, I think, in the last 5 games. So it's going to be an emotional end to this season.
They're showing that goal once again, Mike, that you got from Danny Waltman. Where did you learn that juggle move? Did your dad teach you that from your knee to your foot?
No, my dad could definitely not do that, but he's watching right now. Dad, I love you, though, man.
All right, Mike, congratulations on the win, and good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, Mike Apple, the University of Akron product, began his career with the Cleveland Crunch in 99-2000. Really a great goal off a great ball from Danny Waltman in Detroit. And it was tense for them for a while, but they got a big win here tonight.
It was. They got a grip back on the game that was slipping away, but neither coach will be happy with this evening's game. It wasn't the greatest game. It was a very entertaining game, but there were a lot of mistakes out there tonight.
Final stats for you. Detroit outshoots California, +10 there. And the final numbers for the rest of the action here today is Detroit a winner in our Fox Soccer Channel Game of the Week by a final of 24-11. Join us next Friday night when we continue our Game of the Week live, 8 o'clock, Baltimore, Philadelphia. For my partner, Roger Faulkner, and our producer-director, Mike Sanamon, and our great crew here in Detroit, I'm Al Pulowski. Once again, the final, Detroit 24, California 11. Until next time, have a good one.